this PL hero gets similar net worth. Oftentimes becomes a burden in the game. He's just farming. The new anti-mage team is trying to make space. The enemy carry, this NP, do you think he's going to sit back and just farm like PL? No, he's not. He's definitely not. So,
by the way, check out the item that Yadro queued up.
There it is.
Oh, good old PL.
You might be a genius here.
Or I might not be.
We'll
it might
see.
be a horrible
I
mistake.
mean, it's new tech. Vanguard Midas. He wants to sit in the lane. He wants to roleplay as a Doombringer this game. We'll see if it works out. The only difference is his spells compared to Doombringer, they're a slight bit different as far as potency goes in the early stages of the game. But he's going to do his best. We got Yatoro, the cosplayer, trying to make Doom happen without playing Doom.
No Doom, no good. Sad stuff. I mean, if he can get to the Vanguard, if he can get to the Midas, if he can get to the late game,
that's just always the issue, right?
Yeah. Well, but, you know, I think it's worth remembering that Yadoro is a fan of anime. And in anime, the toughest struggles are the ones that are worth going all the way for. As, well, Mira, oh no. He's going to get She-Stone down here. These treants run a little bit faster than him, and the move is coming over from the old Enchantress. Insania saying, Mira, how you doing? Sproink, you around? Hiding, TPing, and getting away. All right, Mira's fine.
Okay. I'm just so curious to see. I mean, this top lane is a bit strange from Liquid as well. We got level 1 Chakra Magic here, just spamming it on, then dying with the decays. Doesn't look like it's going to be a lane that pressures super hard, but I could be wrong about this. Decay spam is very annoying, but it's definitely not that strong at level 1. As Mposha's trying to drag the wave, and Laurel first blood in the mid lane.
Yo.
What?
That should not happen. He took 450 damage, 469 damage from tower.
So what happened is,
or both,
and he probably mis-aggroed, and then he got stunned while getting hit by the tower here, and alright, that's that. This matchup's supposed to be hard, but it's not supposed to be that hard. Good start for Laurel.
Okay. Well, 7-3 start with a first blood over 3-0, Nisha. Not great. Not great. But also probably not the end of the world. The other thing is that Beastmaster seems to be doing quite well on down bottom here. Getting his CSing up, not getting that many denies against him. Insania taking some hits from Mira, has the axes. Quite be able to do enough there onto Insania though.
Nikkei can get the body blocks and collapse here. He's got time.
Does
got
have
an impetus.
more Magos. He's in trouble, but takes the long little walk around. And
yeah, he's gone.
Tango's delivered. Gonna die. Collapse, ends up falling, and Mira has to back away from Insania because there's way too much damage coming out there.
Yep, much needed kill there. The core is farming really well, except for the PL. Apparently this level 1 Chakra Magic is doing some work here. Into getting right clicked, he's gonna have to probably doppel. No, he doesn't have to doppel. Maybe he does. Alright, he does.
That is not good for our old Yadro here. Oh, zombies? Not gonna be able to do that much.
Interesting.
This spam is pretty freaking annoying for them. They'll deny the tombstone. And the PL still taking a hurt on all of this. Tries to get that magic damage out. Won't quite connect onto Yadoro.
Yeah, this top lane's very interesting. I wouldn't expect a level 1 Chakra Magic and Undying to be able to stomp a lane this hard, but they're just playing the lane really well. Zai's being super aggressive, right-clicking, and PL's PL. This hero is super weak in the laning stage. Can't really do much. And of course, you have Boxy here. Once you steal a lot of strength, you have a lot of base damage. Getting a decent amount of right clicks to deny creeps too.
Pulls him back in there with the glimpse. While down bottom, some tips going around. They have decided they are no longer going to lane bottom, pulling the wave back behind the tower. And Collapse wanting to set up for a slightly better time, as there is definitely some strong potential for a kill up top, but Yadoro so far has been able to live. Also, I believe that his courier is bringing him the Ring of Health from all the way on the other side of the map. So Yadoro getting closer to that Vanguard. Dare to dream.
That's where everything changes, right?
Yeah.
But I do think with the Vanguard, he will be able to lane longer, which is important. And I like the idea of going the Midas after too to pair with it to make up for the farm you're going to lose by farming slower because you bought a Vanguard. But it has to work. He has to not get kicked out of the laning stage with this item.
Yeah. And if he does, it's going to feel very, very bad. At least now has the Ring of Health, and with, you know, the losing 12 strength I am as Nisha is getting chased down in the mid lane. Laurel still looking. I mean, Nisha's not farming these creeps underneath this tower. This is quite a tough time right now for this Ember Spirit as Yadoro chased underneath his own tower too. And going to die. Boxy gets the last touch there with the decay.
I will say though that Yatoro is incredibly happy about what's happening in the mid lane.
Yeah.
And Samira goes down, because if this Ember had a good game, this is one of the best heroes versus PL in the game, right? With the side spam, with the Maelstrom. This is going to delay the timing of the Ember a lot, which helps the PL tremendously, because PL is also having a slow start.
Right. Definitely needs that. Mira ended up going down on the bottom side. Collapse now going to be chased as Yadoro almost eats another one of those blasts. Able to dodge some of that. Collapse now turns, ready to fight, ready to chase down Mickey, wants a TP out. Does he manage to escape? No. So they kill off that Nature's Prophet. Will lose Collapse after. Mira's still standing tall down here bottom. And some more tips going back and forth between the two.
Alright. This is a luckily the catapult on bottom is not hitting, so Insania is going to pull the wave here. Catapult doesn't get aggroed like that, so it's going to run straight into the tower after it puts priority onto the enemy's siege. There you'll see it run into the tower there. So that will be pressure
Nisha.
In a way, but not enough.
Nisha.
Oh, Collapse is mid. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I don't know what that's about, but has to keep running away. And the stun is there. Axes come out.
The level 4 Beastmaster gank mid as Laurel tips Collapse. Of course, everyone's going to tip Collapse now. What a unique play that was.
Yeah.
Was it good? I don't know.
I don't know.
But it did happen, and it did work, so there is that.
This game is super bizarre. And yeah, Collapse is queuing up the Aghanims. He wants to rush it for the Beastmaster.
Alright, so yeah, who did we see do this? It was Tundra 9, right?
33 did it. We saw Tundra 9 do it also.
Yeah. So just Tundra. The Tundra series, we saw it in both games.
Right.
Right. So he's realizing against the Ench, he's not going to go for that play. Drums the Slom time, as Insania will go down.
Still just level 5 on Nisha, and Laurel beating into this tower, keeping the pressure onto it. It is quite strong. There is a wraparound coming in up top. Aposhka going to get the glimpse pull back. Tries to bring Boxy back a little bit, but mid, there's still pressure being mounted, as Laurel still has a good duration left on his dragon form and trying to take down this mid tower. Before too long, a TP coming in. It's just going to be Insania showing up, trying to secure 8-minute rune.
Oh, that
Aposhka is dying to Boxy. Zombies chasing. That's a dead disruptor, but then the glimpse back. Now Laurel has to run away with a bunch of heroes mid. Thought about the arrow, doesn't decide to throw it yet. NP sort of telegraphing that he could TP, and Boxy not afraid of anything. Maybe he should be, as Boxy super low with the soul rip, trying to live, able to get away for the moment and actually survive. Has the tranquils to regen it all up. Oh my god.
I mean, he's
up top,
level
Yadoro
5 right now.
Doing a good job of keeping these guys away from him and living. Look at the Vanguard. Look at the power of the Vanguard. Doppelganger to run away. Tries to escape. The blast. It's not quite going to connect. He doesn't.
The Vanguard.
The Vanguard won't be enough.
All right, so this is the problem.
There's more deaths.
So here's the issue now. The Vanguard is online. This Vanguard was meant so you could stay in the lane. You no longer can do that. This is about the point in time where you start regretting the Vanguard.
Well, it hit another arrow there. Yeah, no, the I mean, that is an interesting question, right? Is he going to even be able to come back to top lane at all? I don't think so. Mickey's there. Oh, he does TP in. It's going to take him so long to kill all these creeps and the summons, and he does get the deny on the tower at the very least, but feels like he can stand here sort of. Kind of, but not if everybody rotates up to kill him again.
The only issue with this is it was a good deny and everything, and I don't know if he had many other play options at the moment, but him sitting here in the lane isn't accelerating his farm. Look, he's just watching. He's watching everyone else farm. He's not hitting creeps himself. Zai is just stealing all the creeps on the map here, and his net worth isn't going to go up from this.
Feeling
some creeps will come in now, of course, but then they're going to go mid lane.
Feeling pretty bad about all these things. You're not wrong about that in the least bit. Well, in the meantime, Boxy is just not afraid of anybody. Drops down the zombie house. They will manage to get that one. Arrow comes out, connects. Nisha, level 7 now. Maybe feeling a little bit more like a hero. Root burning him down. It is enough. Mira gets the kill on a killing spree. Zai also rotating in towards mid. Laurel being dropped lower and lower. A lot of magic damage onto him, and with Zai in tow, they managed to kill off the DK.
That was a big kill. I feel like Laurel is the only player right now on Team Spirit having resemblance of a good game. Meanwhile, NP free game, Caudle free game. It's balanced out a little bit by Nisha having an atrocious game, to say the least here. But at least you have Boxy, who, before that death, was having a pretty good game as well.
Well,
so some pros and cons on both sides here, but most of the advantage, I would say, is on Liquid, even though on Team Spirit you do have a gold lead. But I believe a lot of that is on your DK at the moment. And the question is going to be the power of the drums of Slom here. Is there going to be impact with this item? Because this isn't your traditional Beastmaster.
No, he is playing a different type of game. He might even want to be the one that holds on to that arcane ring, to be honest. If he's going this magic build, or rather the trinket, might be the most value you can get from it, as Zai continues to farm out this entire jungle. And you're right, Yadaro only getting a couple of creeps here and there. Boxy stunned, arrow follow-up, connection, in trouble, going to die. He has been a thorn in their side. Zai too, but Yadaro, he can't chase him at all.
So that death I'm okay with. He just blocked the smoke, the moonlight, forced the DK to come there with the blink dagger reveal. The one before the tier 1 there, that was a little ambitious there, just trying to push his strength, or push his limits as an undying. But it is stalling his good game a little bit. Still the most farmed support in the game. But this is a hero that does not farm super fast. So we'll see what he can do with it, going into the drums. Probably going into the bearing here, but his team is making up for it. Nisha's getting back in the game.
Jace, Nisha, facing off against the DD Laurel. Lots of friends nearby for him as he TPs away after the chains were used. That tier 1 tower, obviously still dead. The mid tower for Radiant, relatively low, but not at a point where it's easy for them to just go finish it off. But they do have the Midas completed now for the PL.
The build is online, and
he's going to run into some heroes. Yadaro decides he wants to fight. Is the rest of his team coming in with him? No. So Yadaro has to run away, already down at half HP, sends his illusions to deal with the tombstone, but Boxy not stopping there. Has stick charges, trying to survive, not going to happen. 5 heroes move on in. Mira, you're not going to last that long either. An impetus shot connects. And yeah, when they bring numbers from Liquid, you guys need to run. They are way too strong.
He tried. I mean, where's he going to go? He ran to his tier 2. Just got chased down right underneath it. He had no boots at the time, and Mira gonna go down to probably Nisha here. And that heal, and Nisha got a killing spree from Mira there. Mira silently taking all the kills that Team Spirit did have there. And so the question goes back to, was that Vanguard... Did you notice the difference in his tank ability with the Vanguard or not?
Here's the thing. I am thinking he's going to disassemble to turn it into a hood.
And a heart? Hood and heart?
Hood and Octarine Core, you know?
Octarine Core, okay.
Yeah.
That is a good item on PL with the shard.
With the shard. Maybe that's the
But
key.
heart is also really good on this hero. And kind of
fair.
a necessity, I feel, against some of these heroes. Especially Ember.
Look at what's online now. The drums. It's time. It's got to get value out of these.
I mean, if you win this game right now, and this drums is a key factor for it, I'll be a believer. Here we go.
Insania, they're dying. Look at the drums. Look at the drums. It's so much damage. Oh, and it's over now. Oh, collapse. Although, maybe there's a chance. It actually didn't look that bad.
No, it didn't.
He messed them up. I was sick. The drums, they're OP. They're way too strong. Laurel dropping low, but they kill off Mickey.
I mean, honestly, that...
right away.
Okay. That looked bounced.
Yeah?
It looked like it did just enough.
Well, they also have another round of it in 5 seconds. Collapse waiting for his moment. Needs to wait long enough. Yadaro moves into position. He couldn't get the drums damage off in time. And Yadaro now in more trouble. Has already doppelganged. Maposhka going to fall. Yadaro, last one left alive.
You're playing versus Liquid, a team that has really good communication, really good understanding of timings. You pick PL and you go Midas. Is this really like the strategy Team Spirit wants to show us against Liquid? I don't know. Apparently. I feel like how... The drums looked good. I'll tell you that much. They looked good, but they would have looked OP if they killed the Undying there. If that Undying died in that moment in that river too, I'd be like, all right, this item is OP. But for now, they just look good.
Okay. Fair enough. So, I think the one benefit is 40-second cooldown is pretty freaking good. And I think with DK, there's some value there, you know? Because he can be the one that starts the stun, and then you just follow up with the drums.
I think this build in this game is better than him going the hot, I think, for sure. So, adapting. But he really wanted to go this build, picking into Inch.
Yeah, I guess that's the big question, is like, it's better than the other one, but does that make it good?
Right. I mean, first, Inch, it should be good, right? Instead of being all your stuff being stolen from you, you can do this damage, this magical damage, straight to the Enchantress that bypasses Untouchable. So that part's pretty cool. And they did kill the Inch there with the trumps, without a doubt.
Right. Well, and, you know, also worth considering, there's going to be an Inch... Oh, wait a minute. Roar, drums, drum, the heal, they almost get him. Mickey, he's gonna get glimpsed, pulled back in, and it's almost gonna be enough to bring him down. Mickey dying, not dead. Oh, the drums weren't good enough. Dude.
That was a lot of damage, though.
It was.
Why did that one do way more damage? Is it the axe stacks? Did he have more than one on them?
I think so.
I mean, I know the drums are affected by the axes, so if you get a couple stacks off and then you come in a bit later, that's why you see the blink queued up for the Beastmaster. It can start doing a lot of damage. Like if you get 3 axes off and then you come into the drums, you'll delete someone.
It did 3,700 damage.
That is way too much damage. That made no sense compared to the other 5.
Oh, he got the level 10 talent, the Wild Axe's damage amp per stack.
Oh, that was, okay. Yeah, it starts to add up. The 10 talent comes online.
Interesting.
Very
interesting.
I can't really judge much other than saying, like, it's viable, for sure.
Okay.
It's not going to be a reason why they win or lose this game, because I think there's so many fires that you have to put out for Team Liquid. All right, here comes the drums.
Here they come. Oh, wait, no, he hasn't
need him.
Oh, did he need him? All right.
He just died too fast.
Well, we'll see. I would love to see a Veil on somebody, too. And the other thing that I was going to mention about it earlier is that we talked about the lack of stuns or silences on this team. That's a way in which they're going to get the full duration off, right? Like, nothing right now breaks these drums at all. There's no stuns, no silences.
That's a very valid point. They cannot stop him from drumming. They just have to out-heal it, which they did last time.
Right.
That's going to be the difference here. With the Greaves, lots of heals here. As the Toro, no Manta yet, so bye-bye.
Yeah, he goes down.
So that's not good, obviously, but especially for PL. This is a hero that There's a reason why we don't see this hero. He takes too long to come online. You die one time. His team is trying to make all the space in the world for him, but he's not even remotely close. He even decides to go for the Diffusal Blade to maybe help in these fights a little bit earlier, but now he doesn't have a Manta available for the chains. If he ever gets chains, I feel like he's going to die.
Yeah. It is a serious problem. He is, you know, not really getting to the point where he needs to be, and it's going to be incumbent upon the rest of his team to carry him there. And that kill on DK, that's a one that's a backbreaker, because you almost had this BKB done, which sets Laurel up to have like a very strong couple of minutes, I feel like. Particularly with the Blink Dagger being just about completed, done on Beastmaster, and he's trying to get to his BKB too. Maybe they could start to make some moves, but Liquid, they're just trying to close out this map. While he's taking a tier 1 top, they're taking a tier 2 bottom.
Yeah. I feel like right now in this moment, Team Spirit need BKB on DK, Blink BKB on Beast to be able to fight. Well, they don't have neither of those, so Yatora's going to join the fray here and
step on forward, find the kill. They pop the drums for that to make sure that they got it. They do manage to kill the Undying rather rapidly, and giving all of the farm over to Yatoro to get into his Manta, which is very far away.
Even when he finishes it, if you take a look at Mickey, he's had this Mjolnir for a long time, and I don't think Manta is the item that's going to deal with Mjolnir. It's going to have to be that Heart of Taras. It's going to have to be later on some Abyssal Blade, some Scotty getting on top of him. Mjolnir is just such a powerful item right now, which is part of the reason as well why PL isn't really enjoyed too much in these games, because this item is just so strong. But they're going to make a smoke on the top lane, find collapse, cancel his Blink Dagger, and they get him. Drum it up, boy! That was enough.
No,
little drummer boy died.
He's gonna die. 6K now on the gold lead, and another smoke up from Spirit, wanting to find one left behind here. They do have Static Storm as well as a Veil on Mira. If they could find Zai, that would be ideal. He is right underneath a ward, so they see him. Gonna try and get him right away. Tries to TP out. All right, he's mega dead. Easy finish. Doesn't even need the Static Storm.
Is Boxy going to TP in? Nah, he doesn't care.
Apparently not.
Oh, Mickey, just in the middle.
Mickey, BKB, turns on the Maposhka. Gonna find that kill quickly. Laurel, BKB, tries to run away. Getting body blocked like crazy from Mickey. Pops the ulti, runs out, but they run in with Yatoro. And now the drums. Oh, he's gonna start drumming. The damage is coming out, but isn't enough. Boxy is gone. Yatoro finds that kill too. So they take down 3. Insania is gonna be a 4th. The dive was not good for Liquid.
Yeah, a little bit too tanky there on Laurel. I think Mickey was really feeling himself there. Like, I'm body blocking, guys. I'm body blocking him, guys. Yeah. Get him. But it just wasn't quite enough. And Yatoro comes back in. The Beastmaster with the Blink Dagger and the drums, cleaning that one up. So quite a bit of overextension there. It's a lot of damage. He for sure did the most damage in that fight, followed by the PL, who, at this point, if he can find the right fight, and they found Nisha.
Yeah, that's Aegis.
Laurel's there.
Nisha's dead. Oh man! Oh man!
Oh, he mistimed it. Oh,
tried to get the jump away, but wasn't gonna happen. And suddenly, you're in this situation where, I mean, I don't know, for Team Spirit, I guess for Liquid, do they need to recalibrate the way that they're taking this? Because it feels like these are the types of fights that shouldn't be happening this way. Like, they shouldn't be losing
definitely
heroes like
right. that dive on the top lane, not great. That Aegis into death, not great either. They definitely need to recalibrate here. Find some area on the map that can play together, because at the end of the day, it's still PL. This hero, when you get to like that 35-minute mark, if net worths are even, is still a good hero. It's just for all the reasons you saw in the early game, why he's normally not a good hero. But if you throw against this hero, he will come back, he will farm, and he will outcarry you. And the net worth lead is only 2k now for Team Liquid. And the Ember and Coddle, they're starting to fall off now.
Yeah, you see that swing. It's now into the favor of Team Spirit, according to Dota Plus. A lot of questions still to be answered. And I will say, too, that Liquid have the type of draft that, with Nature's Prophet, you can really abuse a couple of bad plays by Spirit, and they could put themselves in a really strong position there. But, I mean, also Laurel. I mean, Laurel's starting to scale too. He's going into the Aghanim Scepter.
It's crazy how fast the game of Dota can just flip on its head. You lose your carry, you lose your mid laner, you lose 2 other heroes, and all of a sudden you're playing against this lineup that has some scaling potential. You get out on the map and things start to look scary again. Team Spirit are in a really good spot now.
Yeah. They have gotten what they need and starting to become those indomitable monsters. Enchantress tries to kill off that Hawk heading over this direction. And the game looking pretty freaking good for them. Boxy has already picked up the Hood of Defiance. Wouldn't mind seeing him maybe go back for a pipe after the Boots of Bearing, because there is mainly just magical damage. But I guess the other problem is that you're going to have to deal with this PL eventually, who is becoming a serious problem.
And he still needs a little more time, but I think the bigger problem is still to come, and that's going to be Collapse when he has his BKB.
Yeah.
These drums of Slom, they've been no joke this game, and the only issues he currently has right now is he's been dying in the fights. And if he doesn't die, gets the roar off, they have nothing to go through the BKB here. He's going to be able to kill some cores here. He might actually just straight up solo kill Nisha's Ember if he can get a roar on him. There is a possibility of that.
Particularly if he like gets the drum off before the roar, right? Pop drum, jump in, roar. The damage is going to be stagnant behind him. Oh, and they scan. They realize what's coming on. It's going to be staggered enough behind him that they should be able to get it. Mickey. Oh, you have to be careful against Beast, though. Hawk back up 8 seconds. Arrow goes out.
Oh.
They found him. Oh, God.
Yeah, that was a close one.
25 seconds on Roche.
That's the big one.
Spirit in a good position. Oh my God, Yadro.
Yeah, he just TP'd in front. He's got a Vanguard, don't worry.
I've heard this before.
I am a little confused as to what Nisha's doing right now, but maybe it's good. He's going to go for like the 30-minute plus Radiance.
Oh, interesting.
Isn't it just better to finish maybe a Mjolnir or a Gleipnir? I feel like it might, but it's something. I think more than anything, the burn damage is good. It's not bad by any means, but the mischance might be better for this. It's definitely an aura in its own way against the PL that can help combat him.
Yeah, it's just like a percentage damage reduction in a way with that.
So yeah, it just comes down to, is the Radiance better, or just going Ags and having a bunch of Remnants just throw in PL's face? I'm not entirely sure, but 5 Remnants or a Radiance. Nisha has made the choice. It's going to be a Radiant. Well, he hasn't made a choice yet, but that's what he wants to go. That's what his heart is telling him to go. His mind might intervene soon.
I kind of feel like also the lack of stats with his build right now. Maelstrom, like phase boots. It's only the BKB really. Now the smoke is going to head on out. They're going to find him right away. Jumps in. Nisha only hits the Remnant onto 1. Maposhka turns. Static Storm down. BKB out. And Liquid hanging on to this area. It's a full Abyssal Blade completed. He made use of that Vanguard roar. Looking for it onto Nisha. Thought about going, but hasn't fully committed yet. The rest of Liquid trying to back away. Meanwhile, PL, he found Boxy, he found Insania. He's got a bunch of good heroes to jump on. BKB there. Collapse is ready. He's drumming. He's drumming. Oh, they're getting drummed on as they find another kill onto Boxy. Double for Collapse. And while Laurel is low, Liquid, they got 2 dead with no buybacks. Wait a minute now. Stun, turn, damage, out. Laurel dying, dead. Now Mira more in trouble. They don't have their PL. He's out and away trying to regen. So 2 for 2 ends up going down there.
Yeah, and what was so big there? We're not done yet. I'll wait a moment here.
Scary.
All right, we're done now. But so Mickey didn't get BKB or Satanic off.
Ooh. Oh, he got Abyssal even like a pullback. He didn't get BKB or Abyssal off on Mickey. Yeah.
No, he didn't get Satanic or BKB. And the drums were just that amount of damage. The DK stun into the arrow with the roar really locked him down. If Mickey was able to get that BKB off on Satanic, that could have been a different fight. So, huge play there by Spirit to find Mickey without getting any of his abilities off in that fight.
That's pretty crazy. Also, I didn't notice Mickey's build, the double gloves of haste, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, I mean, got some empty slots. Fill them out.
True. I just always feel like I see Wraith Bands nowadays.
That could be better, honestly, but...
Collapse. Ooh. Blink, dodge. Do they find him? Oh, the root. BKB 3 seconds, but it's going to come too late.
You see that respect from Nisha?
Yeah.
He BKB'd against a Beastmaster like that, knowing the drums could come.
Team Spirit willing to take this fight without their BC buys back. Forstaff pushes in even closer onto Boxy, in trouble, but out of vision, and there it is.
Keeping him alive.
Stunned, dead. They go for more, sending in the illusions onto Mickey, the Mjolnir, ripping them to shreds. Still, Maposhka with a glimpse, ready to go. Does he want to pull one of these heroes back in? Laurel, stun, BKB reaction, now they back away. Yadoro thinks about going in fact. He can go for him. 15 seconds till Abyssal. Dodges, catches, stun, bash, the pullback onto Zai. Now he's isolated in a way, and Yadoro sent his illusions out, but the drums are out again. They find him. The roar on the far side connects onto the Enchantress. Team Spirit pulling this one back. All off the back, a little drummer boy collapse. Oh,
guess what time it is? It's 30 minutes. Net worth is even versus a PL. You got a problem.
Oh, jeez. What are we
You got a problem.
here?
We're seeing Liquid regretting their choices of diving a tier 3 right now. Yeah. Early on to this game.
God. Well, Aegis and Shard most likely both going to PL, and that Shard is super awesome.
And what the hell's going on with Liquid, right? Like, game number 1, we see Mickey have one of the worst laning stages we've ever seen, and then game number 2, Nisha has one of the worst games I've ever seen him play. It's getting kind of wild over
you know what
on
it is?
Team Liquid side.
We thought that we cursed just Entity. It turns out we just curse European teams. When European teams play and we're watching them, they play bad. It's the NA in us. That's what's going on.
I'm all for that. I'm down to keep up that curse. That's a good one.
Isha. Oh, slight dodges. That arrow came close to him, actually. But 2,000 gold.
Now has the Aghanim Scepter too here, going into that Manta. Scaling galore everywhere. Nisha is catching up on farm here. We see he has put a Lincoln Sphere ahead of his Radiance in the build.
Fair.
I really think after he finishes that Lincoln, so it might consider an Ags over the Radiance as well, but we'll see if it makes it that far. Yatoro has hit critical mass. He's online. He's got the Orchid now is his choice over the Heart, so he's going full aggressive here. Not even going to go for any bit of HP regeneration here in the Satanic or into the Heart of Troth. Just straight into the Bloodthorn. It gives you a little bit of magic resistance, which I think is quite nice against Liquid's lineup.
Yeah, it fits, and you know, will help out his illusions a bit too. NP definitely still feeling like a very strong hero at dealing with these illusions, having that BKB Satanic to turn it around, but not being that same like completely deadly hero that just rips people to shreds with like a Daedalus or something else. It feels like it's much more about survivability and then dealing with the illusions.
He hasn't been able to right-click anything, right?
No.
The one fight, he got roared without getting any items off. The next fight, he BKB just to run away. They haven't been in a situation where he could just stand his ground and try and fight back.
Trying to get into an AC, which maybe will help him a bit, as they did kill off that the courier heading over the other direction. Level 20 talent. It ends up being the mischance for Sprout. So I guess against DK kind of, but now he has like free pathing, and then maybe you can kind of Sprout PL, but he has answers to it too.
That one I'm not sure about.
Yeah.
I don't think either of the talents this game necessarily look like the correct choice. I feel like the leash one, you can't use Doppelganger, right, when you are in
I don't believe
leash.
so, no.
No, I know you can't. You just can't. Yeah. So there's some merits for that, but every time you Sprout Appeal, isn't he just going to Doppelganger out of it if the mischance? What's the chances of getting Appeal stuck in a Sprout? We'll have to see. Yeah. It just seems like a very low probability thing.
True. Laurel looking for an opening. He's with the 2 supports, so a quick stun into arrow combo would be pretty good for them, but it's a big wave pushing in down bottom. Team Spirit need to come back and deal with this one for too long. Otherwise, they're going to take some pretty significant damage onto that tier 3 tower. And Mira is going to be the one to go do it while Laurel goes a little hunting, catches the wave, heads off on his merry little way.
And you mentioned maybe the Sprout against the DK. Look at this DK. This man flies over trees.
Yeah, it's
he,
true.
he does not care about a Sprout. Axes can break. I'm really confused on this talent, but I feel like dwelling on it doesn't really matter at the end of the day because you can kill the Sprout with axes if you want. Could be whatever. But Mickey doing some warding, but the courier might see him. Oh my gosh, a little too late.
Yeah, that was close.
But now they know there's a ward there.
True.
For sure. That's really unlucky for Mickey there. It's like, alright, I'll get the sneaky ward. Oh, what's the odds of a courier being flying over in that exact moment? At least he didn't die. That would have been tragic.
Yadaro just standing right up front and center, hitting these tier 2s while the rest of the team is running around and trying to stop the rest of the pressure coming in. Nisha making as much space as he can while Laurel just catches the wave and pushes it out. But it is a full Manta done. Was looking for one, doesn't end up finding him. Nisha just DPs back home, and the other tier 2 tower on the other side of the map, Yadaro gonna claim this one for himself as well.
At the end of the day, this game is still going to come down to execution and who can get the correct jumps. But you're definitely in a very comfortable spot as Team Spirit. We just need to see that team cohesion and synergy that we're missing in game number 1, which so far they have been showing us. The lockdowns have been really good. The pressing advantages has also been good from this like 25+ minute mark. So back in their groove here for Team Spirit.
And look at Mickey, decides to go for the Shivas instead of the AC. So still giving him armor, but more ways to try and contend with these PL illusions. And while you talked about like that magic resist that he has from the Bloodthorn, doesn't have that big like HP pool that you normally see from the Heart, like we talked about. So that could be an issue.
We'll have to see, but Yatoro is playing this very patient.
Oh, stun. Connects, Boxy, arrow out, good, caught him. Can they find any more? Nope. Liquid covering their team, sends out the Shivas. Connection with the Static Storm. Yadaro turns, starts to beat down Mickey. The roar is out too. The drums are in full force, starting to find these heroes. Again. And yep, that is no BKB, no Satanic, and Mira controlled for only a moment, but Insania, he is likely to fall next. Collapse cometh, and Collapse gonna start to run down this Enchantress. Inside the base, there's also battle coming out. Yadaro chasing them down one by one, finds the Orchid, connection onto the Ember, but with the buyback coming from Ench, Yadaro actually is going to respect the potential damage and retreat for the moment at least.
The Manta army comes out. Yeah, they're catching Mickey with his pants down every single fight, not getting BKB off, not getting a Satanic off, and just melting.
Roar. Drums, drums,
Drum
drums! It's way too much, the drums! And Collapse, one last tip for Nisha as they are looking to close this game out. PL in the late game, and PL Vanguard. That never let anybody doubt your dreams. You do you, carry players. I'm sure you won't get flamed and reported.
To be fair, he did what he had to do to make the hero work.
Right.
I don't know if the Vanguard itself was like the reason why this worked.
No.
But maybe it helped. However, I will say Collapse with the item selection of the drums of Slom here may have been a big reason of why this potential victory, let's not call it yet, could happen.
Well, he's got the drums going again, and he's also Ogre Seal toteming and TPing out, and after the buyback from Nisha manages to escape, can they find more? Maposhka on the backside. Oh, walks into an arrow, and Yadaro, he's right there. Oh no, Nisha, not like this. Does he manage to get out though? Or does he keep going back in for more? Mickey gets the Sprout there on the Laurel, finds the DK, gets the kill.
2 BKBs used, Bloodthorn's up.
Doppelganger talent though for Yadaro. It is a big problem for them. Manta, Chase, looks for him, finds him. Nisha, they burn through these illusions. Dude, the damage burn is insane, but Yadaro, he might be too strong. I think he is way too strong. The Sprout keeps him alive for only a moment. Doppelganger
too
to back
dead.
away, but PL is dead. And PL doesn't have buyback. Oh no, Collapse, not you too. Roar is out there, arrow goes in, but they're not going to connect it, and the drums are kicking, the drums are doing their damage, but no more Ogre Seal Totem. That's 3 dead. And they didn't get Mega's Fear. Are we seeing another throw?
I don't know, man. Like, it's just one of those days. That's what I said, don't call it yet, because we've already had a wild one. And if we've already seen one, there's more bound to happen.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah, Toro really pushing his limits there. It's really just one of those situations, right? Where I think this is pure adrenaline, pure emotion, and not so much thinking rationally. You get 2 barrackses. You think things are going well. You're really far ahead. Heroes buy back. You don't register in your head that maybe we should go back. Now you die without buyback, just like the other series we cast earlier. You get the Roshan on Liquid now.
Yeah.
Now you're in a situation where why not just go back and wait for Roche? You're not thinking about the Roche timer anymore. You're just thinking about, oh, I'm going to outplay these kids, and it just doesn't work out. Liquid are back in this game now.
And you know what's so funny about that, too? As they leave the refresher shard in the pit and don't pick it up, is that they, you know,
Hello.
Many times...
Boxy, you got
this. Oh, there we go. Boxy knew. They were talking in the interview earlier that Boxy's the one that keeps telling Liquid, like, all right, play your right moves. What are you guys doing? Don't do that. And he's picking up the trash left in the pit.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they have an Ags on Disruptor now. Oh, this game is craziness. I don't know what's gonna happen.
That's like one of the beauties. I think they should change Disruptor Zags personally, because I feel like it's just that impactful. You could be losing super hard, and then all of a sudden, oh, items are muted now. Cool, this 4,000 gold item just killed a hero that should never die otherwise. Very interesting. But either way, that's just the strength of the item right now. If he can find a way to use this on Maposhka, and specifically think it Nisha, who has no buyback within this spell, could be a game changer. Aegis is online though, for Mickey, and I feel like this is exactly what he's needed in all these fights. He's been dying without getting a single spell off.
Yeah.
If he dies with an Aegis, there's no way he doesn't get his spells off on respawn. Unless Disruptor Aegis is there.
Surely it won't happen. There's no way it could happen.
There's not a single chance in this world.
All right, Mickey. Getting some mana burn. The Mjolnir doing some work. Team Spirit. Now, they have an interesting position on this bottom side of the map with the creep wave pushing in and double catapults. They could maybe make a little bit of a pressure down there and get Liquid stuck back in their base, and it looks like that's what they're going to try and do. So Liquid are going to have to come and respond to this unless they want to get Mega'd.
And Mickey is going into a Sange and Yasha next, looks like.
Oh.
Realizing that he's been getting chain stunned to death. Perhaps this will help with that. Doesn't really help with damage though, but I guess Nisha's gonna have to pick up the slack there.
Towers starting to fall. Only buyback in the game right now is Mirana. Mira, the only one with it. Still not there for gold for a couple of these Team Spirit heroes. They're only a couple hundred gold away. Do they want to push the tempo right now? Moonlight Shadow jumps forward, finds it.
They got him.
For those drums, they catch him right to the side. Can't cast anything. All starting to fall. Nisha's gonna die. Mickey in trouble. Mickey dead. Can they do it again? Boxy, he's left out alone on an island. They find the kill onto that Undying. No buyback for either of them.
He didn't get BKB off.
He gets the BKB off. He got the BKB off. The Satanic is there. Mickey, it doesn't get him a third time. The turn wants to fight Yadoro. This PL is way too strong. Burning GPUs, burning heroes, getting kills, no buybacks available. Team Spirit, can they deal with the carry of Insania's Enchantress? The answer is yes. GG is called. We get a 1-1 series out of all of this insanity.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about the Ember. He was the one hero that couldn't get jumped by the Static Storm.